The COVID chaos surrounding the Australian Open has worsened after tennis stars and support staff from a third chartered flight were sent into hard quarantine. Live to Andrea Crothers in Melbourne. For all of the latest details now, Andrea, good morning. More than 70 athletes are now in lockdown.
Pete, 25 more tennis stars were thrown into a hard lockdown last night. They were among 58 passengers who were on board a flight from Doha into Melbourne on Saturday morning. One person who wasn't a player later tested positive to coronavirus. So tennis stars got the call last night that this would be what would happen. They had an online briefing late into the evening, which basically detailed to them what they have all been sort of going through once these flights have come back with these positive tests, that you'd have to be in a hard quarantine, you can't leave your room, even to go and train. So whilst we have seen some tennis stars accept their fate, that this is the way things have to go if they do want to play in the Australian Open, many more have issued complaints saying that it's unreasonable to expect them to be in their rooms for 14 days and then safely take to the courts. World number one Novak Djokovic has actually sent a list of 6 demands to Tennis Australia. They include fitness material being available in every single room, better food for elite athletes, with some complaining about the meals they'd been given. He also wants the number of days of isolation reduced for those in hard isolation and to carry out more tests to confirm that they are in fact negative. One of the other demands is for permission to visit coaches or physical trainers as long as both have passed tests, and also for them to be moved to the same floor so they can do that. Finally, Novak Djokovic also would like as many players as possible moved to private houses where tennis court facilities are there so they can continue to be training. Now, these calls, it is unclear yet how Tennis Australia will respond to it. Yesterday, we did see CEO Craig Tiley concede that there would be an uneven playing field for those who are caught up in this crisis, and did say he wanted to have more done. Pat Cash this morning has backed those calls by Novak.
Well, I think some of it's probably it's what he wants. It's his wish list. I don't think he'll get that wish list, but certainly the food that's been dropped here is, keep you alive, but it's not something an athlete would be able to perform on. There's no doubts about that. But there's access to, to delivery foods, and then that's been pretty clear to us that, you can get something delivered to your food, to your room that's appropriate.
Now, Pete, many people here were happy to see the Boxing Day tests go ahead. Just like that, we are also happy to see the Australian Open come to town. But there have been lots of concerns about just what's been happening to get them here and those who are stranded elsewhere. Needless to say, when it comes to complaints about quarantine, well, Victorians aren't exactly sympathetic.
I'd say come and do 111 days of hard lockdown like Melburnians did last year and then get back to me. We support the tennis, we support the Australian Open, and we love having those stars of international tennis coming here. But you know the rules, and the rules are we cannot afford to let COVID get back out into our community. The quarantine rules are there for a reason, and if you don't like it, then don't come. But we need to make sure we do not have a third wave in Melbourne.
Adding to this is revelations that already multiple people have breached quarantine. Corrective Services Victoria yesterday confirming that one person had opened their door to yell down the hallway to their friend, whilst another person had ordered Uber Eats for multiple people on their floor, then also opened the door to praise himself. So whilst these are pretty low-level breaches, they have been given official warnings by Victoria Police, and people have been told that if they don't play by the rules, well, they could be facing fines of up to $20,000, Pete.
Yeah, I'm not sure the players are going to get much sympathy from the public either, given how tough they did things in Victoria.